I'm back.
This is Commander Shepard. Welcome to Robofet's Bounty.
Hello everybody, this is Rob from Robofet's Bounty, and today we're going to look at some of my Terminator collection. Some good, some bad, but all pretty awesome. So the first thing we look at is the first item I owned when I was a kid. It's a bit aged. This is the Terminator 2 VHS limited edition box set. Includes the making of Terminator 2 and special effects booklet. A total of 4 hours viewing. Wow. Because we get a lot more now with special features. Because have a look at this box. To be honest, you can still pick this up for about a $5 on eBay. But it's got some really cool memories and some really good content. So let's crack this open. Probably the original steelbook. Let's take this out of packaging. So we get a little plastic inlay that says T2 on. We get this really cool Judgment Day book. Cast on the back. Let's take a look at some of these art. Here are the iconic box art for T2 there.
3 billion human lives ended on August 29th, 1997. The survivors.
They've got some lovely images of Arnold.
They lived only to face a new night.
Bit of Hamilton there.
The war against the machines.
There is the original Terminator. T2 shot there. So this was to the release of T2, and they just kind of bundled it with Terminator 1. Still the best film in the series, T2. So there is the booklet. You can only get that in this box set. And then we've got a little leaflet advertising the Acclaim games, the Terminator 2 games. Hard as arseholes, Terminator 1 was. Right. Here we go. We've got 2 VHSs. So, Orion videos. Get it out. So there we have the VHS UK release of Terminator 1. When it was an 18, I think it dropped to a 15 certificate now. Well, never been watched. I don't know how that happened. My dad told me off because it wasn't 18. I wasn't old enough at the time. So there is your Terminator 1. There is your T2. It's not personal. It's nothing personal, sorry. From the good old days where you could tape up this corner VHS so you can tape over it. Not you would ever want to tape over this film. There we have Gold Home Video. Guild, sorry. There we have the OG Terminator 2. Back when you only had one special feature, and I think it was probably the ends of the VHS. So there you go. So my first part of the collection is going to be your T2 or Terminator 1, Terminator 2 box set. Now what we'll do, we'll move on to the Blu-rays, the 4Ks, then the Steelbook. We'll have a look at my massive 3-foot Terminator I built over this period of 3 years, and at the very end I'll show you a clip of a restaurant, a local restaurant, where we got served by robots. Most of these were provided from friends and family. This one was from Phil. So we have the Terminator. This is the Region 1. Nice iconic shot there. One of these clasp cases. And there we have the OG. A lot of people prefer this to the sequel, but I'm number 2 all the way, but it's a really good film. So the first version is my American Terminator 1. Then we have the UK one. As you see, dropped a certificate to a 15 there. Really nice box art there. I don't know where that image come from. But that's even Arnie. This is the newly remastered in high def. That's the UK release. So that's all I've got standard on Terminator 1. So we go on to T2. I have one version of T2. on Blu-ray. This is the re-release. I see this film originally in the cinema. Obviously this is the wrong case, I don't know what I've got in that case, because it is the Skynet edition inside, which is obviously the best version with all cuts of the film. You had to put a code, I think there's a code in there on the back, so is it still on there? There was a code, here we go. So you enter that code 82997 on the selection screen to release the special edition to watch. Best version of T2 is the Skynet edition. It's absolutely phenomenal. I think I'll put it in this slip just because I had a spare slip. So that's the only version of T2. Two fantastic films. And then, unfortunately, we have this film. All my days. Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. We had the TX in this one, which I thought was quite good. But overall this was like a kid's film. It was a 12A or when it came out over here. This is the American version of Terminator 3 with Christina Loken. So we have the American one there. Then we have the UK one. I prefer the UK case, to be honest. Don't really like that grey border. But you've got some inner artwork there as well. There we have Terminator 3. Let's get them back. Now let's go on to Salvation. I personally think it's the weakest film in the series. Not a fan. Don't really like Christian Bale in it. He had the big rant on set. And obviously, got the other guy, what was his name? Sam Worthington. Half through the film he's getting tortured. His voice changes. Yet again, the trailer ruined the film as well. Here we have Terminator Salvation. I have the most copies of this film out of all the others in this collection because there's so many different ones. So there we have Salvation there. Generic. Then we have the director's cut, the region 1. I don't know if the UK one was any different to this. I need to recheck the running time. But let me know in the comments if it is a longer cut. So there we have Salvation. This is one that Pete sent me recently. This is the Salvation director's cut. There we go. There is a director's cut. I don't think that is on the standard. The all director's cut. Right, so let's open this bad boy up. And what you get in this, you get the skull, which is pretty cool. And the disc just housed in the back. Little clip. Yes, that's you couldn't really display that on a shelf, but that's a nice addition. So there we have 3 Salvations. My 4Ks. Hold on a second. Those 2 other films, almost forgot. We have Genesis. It's a really cool slip on that. The film that was absolutely ruined in the trailer. Trailers give too much away nowadays. I like this film. I'm not one of the haters. I can appreciate good in all Terminators. Plain, very generic disc on that one. Got a really nice slip. And a lot of people say this was the 3rd film in the series, the kind of holy trilogy, which is Dark Fate. We bring back Sarah Connor in this one. Maybe a little bit woke, but still, I enjoyed it. But yeah, again with the newer ones, the special effects in T2 are better than these in the years after. So we have 2 standard 4Ks. We have Judgment Day. Never really found that box art, to be honest. That was a re-release. And we have Dark Fate. But you're not here to look at these. Let's check a look. Let's take a look at the steelbooks. So the first one we have, 7th by Pete, a really amazing Terminator 1 still. Let's get this out somehow. Jump card. So we just slip it out of the J card. I like the ones that just slip out a bit easier. So there we have the Terminator there. The spine. Arnold on the back. Robot inside. Yeah, so the first one we have is the original Terminator. Next we have the Skynet edition of Terminator 2. Yet again, another beautiful still. Quite boring inside. But there we have the first version I own of Terminator 2. And the beautiful Leo sent me this, probably the best version of Terminator 2 there is. So we'll slip that outer skin off to reveal. See, they're very similar to, but that artwork is something else. One of the best steelbooks I've ever seen. Look at that detail. Absolutely phenomenal. This is the 4K release of T2. Not the best transfer, but a fantastic. Got Miles Dyson inside there. Fantastic version of an amazing film. All your steelbooks need these protectors, guys. So here we have the German version of Terminator 3. Quite an expensive steelbook to get. There we have the TX or Terminatrix inside. So there we have Terminator 3. Steelio. Here we have a Salvation. Another really nice still. Don't think it's been that bad Terminator still so far. Just maybe a few bad films. Let's get that back in the sleeve. So there we have Salvation. We have another Salvation here. Look close to really detailed still there. We've got the factory in the background. Flip it over. Awesome. Let's move on to Genesis. This one's cool. It's kind of raised. Almost like liquid nitrogen. So we have one character there. Actually, this will be Arnie underneath this one. Old Balls Arnie. Cool's that. So there we have Genesis. And the last one of my collection is another gift from Pete. We have Terminator Dark Fate. Is it the Rev 9 there? Check out that. How cool is that? Should have kept him as the Ghost Rider in the MCU. In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. he is Ghost Rider. This is the 4K. Yeah. That is my collection of stills with my collection of blues. my box set. And now let's take a look at my Terminator. Only a small, maybe a minute video, because I've done many videos with me building this, just to add a bit more Terminator to the video. This took me 3 years, cost me I think about 1,600 to build. All lights, glows, makes noises, awesome. Also, I just found these, we've got some cards, which I've showed off before. A lot of these packs ain't open. It's kind of like a trading card game from Terminator. But you don't want to see them, there's no gum, it's not interesting. Let's take a look at the robot. What does this guy do? So with the controller, all we're going to do is turn it on. And there's his eyes. You can move them left and right. And we've got a fully controlled jaw. Get a bit closer. So we turn the eyes off, which is fantastic. It's actually quite emotional because it's taken 3 years to build. But if we press the sound effects button, so that is the first sound effect. Then we've got some guns. As you can see on the base, we do have the lights. Let's see what these do. That's all the lights on. Let's get the theme tune playing again. Fantastic is that? 3 years. And that is it. That is my Terminator collection. But before we go, check out this footage of the restaurant me and the wife went to, where you actually get served by fucking machines. See you real soon.
Dear guests, your meal is ready. Third, tray with blue light on is your meal. Be careful when picking it up. Thank you. Bye.
What the fuck is this? Door.
Dear guests, your meal is ready. Second, tray with blue light on. Thank you. Bye.
What the fuck?
future?
One possible future. From your point of view, I don't know tech stuff.
Here I am.
Just come back to us.
That Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Talk to the hand.